Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is May, and if you're new here, welcome. In this channel, we talk about all things savings and budgeting, planning and journaling, book talk and glowy sessions. So if this is your vibe, I hope you stick around. I have recorded this 2 weeks back, but after editing, chopping, putting all the clips together, it just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to record it all over again. Let's start with quote of the day. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but I like quote of the day because they're coming from people who are smarter than myself, and it's really motivational. So this is an excerpt mainly from a magazine book that I read. It's from Acne Paper, and it reads, "When asked, what would you take with you if your house was on fire?" And she replied, "The fire." When I was younger and I read it, I thought, oh, it's so poetic. But arriving at 40s, I think that she got a really good set of head on her shoulders, and I really hope that we will live as passionately as her as well. So a really quick update what happened during this last 6 months. Last year, I resigned from work because my late father has passed away and I was in a really depressive state. I just couldn't do anything. However, the workaholic in me just couldn't stop. So during these 6 months, I was still looking for things to do, which this YouTube channel is born. And then I restarted my Etsy shop and it's still up and running. I've done some cash envelopes. I have put them on Shopee and sold only one set. So I've decided that I'll just do giveaways from now onwards and close up the Shopee store. And then the third one is the underwater crowns, which I think that it's either our crown is not nice enough or it's just too niche. We're not really getting any rental or orders, so we're just putting it as passive. We have already done the work, which brings me to I have put 3 videos to private, and this is because I did not ask permission from some of the mermaids to post up their videos. So just in case, I have put them on private. In January this year, my ex-boss called me back and I said, okay, I'll go back to work because I'm not against day jobs. Let me preface by saying that. And because I wasn't expecting my former workplace to call me back, I have also applied for a freelance writer for a travel website which I got, and I have published 2 articles so far, and I have not written anything because it's a travel website and I'm not traveling yet. It's not in my priority. Adventures and traveling is just not in my priority right now. So yeah, that's all for the update. Let's start. So I got a question from Forever Ria, and she asked for me to share my targets and saving goal. I'd like to say thank you to all of my viewers, although it's just a few of you, but I'm so thankful that you are watching because I never thought that anyone would even watch. So thank you so much. So how do I keep with my targets and my goals? I use my trusty planners. I keep everything in here. My mind, everything is in here. All of my dreams, all of my targets and my goals. I scribble everything in here like a brain dump. No matter how silly it is, no matter how big it is, I write it all down. But it doesn't mean that I'll do everything, because after a while writing everything down, I realized that certain things is not in my priority, so I just remove it. And because things actually will cost some money, we have to keep a budget as well. Currently, I have 3 targets or goals. The first one is to move interstate, and I'm moving down south to be closer to my family. The second one is YouTube, and the third one is fitness. And fitness is really important to me. But for the past 3 years, I have not been working out. So after I kind of like settle 2 things, I will focus on fitness. And in all of my targets and goals, I keep a running list of wish lists. It can range from things that are so expensive to things that are so affordable or cheap. But they're all in my wish list that follow whatever that I have in mind, my targets, my goals. So while I set things up, a quick update since January, which was where I left off. I transferred my cash savings into digital, and they are categorized by the accounts, like emergency and big payments go to an airline account so that I can earn points, and for smaller things, it will go to another account. So it keeps things kind of neat and tidy, and I know which is for what. In my budget, I need to know 2 numbers. One is the fixed number for expenses, and the second one is everyone's favorite, the disposable one. I'll briefly write down some of my expenses, but not all, because these I pay online and the numbers are quite consistent. The past couple of months, I have raised both my food budget as well as my dog Miko's budget. I found that I'm always dipping into my food budget to get more treats for Miko, so I'm raising both her budget and my budget. So basically, before I even think about any savings goal for YouTube, for instance, like getting tech and gear, I make sure that my basic needs are met. Now we are on the disposable income side, and I'm going to get a few things from my wish list. This month is earphones and a new charging cable. I will refer to my long wish list and choose what I can afford or want to spend this month. I told myself to let loose a bit this year, and having a budget doesn't mean that we don't get to spend at all. Rather, it's putting our hard-earned money to where it matters the most to us. So this month in balance, I have 900 to cash stuff, which I'm going to allocate to the moving interstate part. First, I set aside the cash for spending. So that's about 600 for my work, and then 200 for Miko, and a bit more for loan, which is 350, and then I'll be debt-free. And then let's count the 900. And I have another 50, and this is, I forgot to write down, I'm going to pay for electric bill. And this 900 will be divided and saved based on my priorities. But you know what? Priorities can change as well, especially if you're highly anxious as I am. So I'm going to allocate for home 500, and then Miko will get 200. And then following one of my targets or goal, which is fitness. So swim gets 100, and then wellness food or superfood gets 100 as well. In the beginning, it's difficult to just save and leave the money there. There seems to be more days of the month than money. And in the earlier days, I did dip and take out, but over time, I became better at saying no. And slowly but surely, the money that was saved will remain there and continue to accumulate. Oh yes, and an update on doing both the digital and physical cash stuffing. When I changed 4 car tires, although not at the same time, and also a car battery, I was able to use my sinking funds that was attached to the card and able to handle that emergency on the spot. Was it easier to just tap and pay? Yes, it is. And to be honest, I also did go tap happy with other things that I shouldn't have paid for. And that's why I'm going to stick to cash envelopes, because it just works. It keeps me in budget, and I just don't care if anybody thinks it's old school, it's funny. It really works for me. So I'm sticking with cash envelopes. So yeah, we're done. Sometimes I may only have 20 to save, and that's okay, because 20 is still progress. So I hope you enjoyed this really quick budget with me and cash stuffing session. We will do another one because I'm starting from zero. I've transferred everything to the bank account. So it's kind of nice because we can start together. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.